How's it going? So I posted a picture yesterday showing my complete mess up. If you're not familiar with some of the videos on YouTube that we do, I like to show when you mess something up and how to fix it sometimes. And because most of the time people post pictures and they're perfect. Everything looks great. Everything looks perfect and good. And some people think that every project works perfectly, and I'm sure none of them work perfectly. But I like to show that sometimes you mess things up, and this one was a doozy. So if you're not familiar with this, which you probably are, and probably are tired of seeing it, because I'm tired of seeing it too. I'm ready to get this thing done because I want to move on to Slave One and Transport and Star Destroyer and stuff like that. So I want to get this baby done. I've been working on this for a while, and they need to get it done before Wonderfest. And I got to the point where this was done, the pergola and the lights and everything. And I had lights glued underneath here, these little strip lights that are in here. Okay, and if you don't know, the plan was to have the display lights and then also have blinking colored lights. They'll start alternating and blink with the music. So I had lights under there as well, and Jabba was in there, and all the people, all the figures were all set up and everything. And I got this glued in. So what I did was I started to put the wires into the power supply, and the colored lights were flickering, which generally means that there's something wrong with the negative or a wire is crossed. So I was thinking to myself, what am I going to do? Like, in order to fix that, I figured obviously everything worked fine until I added this, right? And I thought to myself, well, I can't take this out, because if I take that out, the whole thing's going to get destroyed and ruined and messed up. So I started taking out all of the figures that were in there, right? Which sucks because now there's little spots where the paint and the glue came up, which I can fix because I can add other characters there, like little creatures, right? All that. But I had to rip all the wires off the bottom of there and all the lights off the bottom of there and the lights back there. And in order for me to get new lights back in there, which I ordered, I had to take everything out, cut these wires, and I got big fingers. They don't really go back here so well. So putting all the new stuff's going to be a pain in the butt, real pain in the ass. But I got to do it because I don't want to just say keep the warm lights and forget about the colored lights, because that's something I thought would be really cool. The colored lights with some music. So I cut all the lights out. I cut the wires here, right? Go to put it back together, and it's still flickering. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, what the hell is going on here? Because it worked perfectly fine until I did all this. Everything worked fine. So I'm looking, and I ordered more of these strip lights, which are not cheap. Like, just for these two little strip lights, $60, $65. Ordered those. They're on their way. And then I'm looking at this. So, if you don't know anything about LED lighting or DC power, your red is your positive and your black is your neutral. Okay? And with this, I have 4 different wires. I have a white, a black, a yellow, and a red. So I'm an electrician. So I should have thought of this and realized what I was doing wrong. But in my defense, there's a lot going on right now at the Benmore household, so my head's not completely clear. So I was looking at this as AC electric, okay? Now AC is alternating current and your white is your neutral, okay? So I'm looking at this, I'm like, why do I have the black in the negative? I should have the white in the negative for the neutral. So that's what happened in the beginning, and I was trying to figure out what I was doing wrong. Turns out everything's completely right, except I was putting the wrong wires in the wrong terminals. It should be black is my negative, and if I plug all of these in, everything worked. All these other wires, the yellow, the white, the red, everything worked perfectly fine. So literally I ripped out all that garbage, bought new lights, have to fix it all once the lights come in probably a week or so, all because of this stupid little mess up. Yeah, I know. It's pretty dumb, but you learn. you do stupid stuff and you learn, and I tell my kids all the time, you only learn by making mistakes. And I really followed my positive and negative all the way up. Everything was clear, everything was lined up good, everything was wired good until this, which was wired good as well. But then the most basic part, my brain just had a space. Like it just total brain fart. So that's my mess up. I thought I'd show you. Yes, that was dumb. And I'm mad at myself because now I gotta redo all. I don't know how I'm gonna honestly gluing the lights back up on this support column here, all going back, and then gluing them to the bottom of that in an S pattern so that it highlights all the stuff is going to suck. And luckily, nothing really broke except the back of the Jabba's bed. But that fits in there perfect. That goes in there. That key's in there perfectly, and all I gotta do is glue it, and you won't even see it. But it's just the fact. It's just a pain in the butt. So learn from me. Don't make mistakes like that. Think it through a little bit. But like I said, I got other projects I want to do. Like I want to finish this, and I got a Slave One and a couple X-Wings. And a lot of things going on that I want to get to, but I need to get this done first and out of downstairs in the basement so that it's, I don't have a lot of room here. So sorry if I'm posting too many pictures of this, but it's all I'm doing right now because I really want to get it done and it needs to get done. So I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. I really am. I if you know the Macquarie sail barge at all, I needed to do this swooping pergola here. So, all right, guys, we're going to be doing some shows coming up soon. I've been talking to the guys and saying, let's do this because it's been a little rough lately with work and everything. So stay tuned.